we're meant to be doing something that's therapeutic. Writers sure seem to need a lot of therapy. I mean, not that I mind, I'm the one they're coming to see. It's been a real tough century for some of my clients. First they were told that they didn't intend anything, and then that everyone else's opinion was just as important as theirs. That's not what an egomaniac wants to hear. In here, they'll feel important again. We've got a real legacy crowd here tonight. They haven't written anything in quite a while, so I thought a group session would help with the writer's block. Hi everyone! Would anyone like to go first?
Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more...
It's important for us to talk about our feelings first, Will. How about that letter you wrote me?
Dear Amina, I am a poet who writes for the stage and thus typecast a performance poet. Yet, my plays are on the GCSE syllabus, so my verse will stand the test of time. My sonnet sequence, addressing a black woman and a white man, aims to dress old words new. My publisher's payment will confound the reader, but I suspect homophobia or racism. Please help.
I empathise. When will people stop categorising and embrace the page-stage, black-white, heterosexual, homosexual continuum? I applaud your literary range, but who is the reader? Seek critical advice and or ditch your publisher for one who'll take risks. Your solid reputation should help.
Can I read my poem now? Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more wonderful. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's fleece have all too short a date. Sometimes too hot the eye of heaven shines, and often is his gold complexion dimmed, and every fair from fair sometimes finds by chance or nature's changing course untrimmed.
That's funny, I heard just the same thing at a wedding last week. John, would you like to go next?
Dear Amina, I am a middle-aged, respected, white male poet, neo-formist, yet reformist, who is losing his sight, and therefore losing sight of his poetic vision, whose ultimate aim is to instill and cherish in all people the seeds of virtue and public civility. Not writing is death, but to write in perpetual darkness is also death. And I lack the companionship of women.
I wish more people shared your ambition. Poetry has long been afraid to admit it wants to change the world. Invest in a dictaphone that transcribes. You may begin to compensate with your other 5 senses, especially your 6th sense, insight, that will rekindle your love of writing and women. And what did you pick to read?
I now must change these notes to tragic, foul distrust and breach, disloyal on the part of man, revolt and disobedience on the part of heaven. Now alienated, distance and distaste, anger and just rebuke and judgments given, that brought into this world a world of woe, sin and her shadow death, and misery, death harbinger. Sad task, yet argument not less but more heroic than the wrath of stern Achilles when his foe pursued, thrice fugitive about Troy wall.
No. Dear Amina, I'm a priest first. And a poet second. I seek inspiration, not publication, blocked and prone to depression, I believe the only antidepressant is writing. I envy prolific fools. My poetry errs on the side of oddness. I seek rhythm and pattern, and have devised a 10.5 line version of the sonnet. How do I keep writing?
Confront your conflict of interests. You may be a poet second, but your writing should always come first. The best way to thwart creativity is to demote it. Envy is the enemy of your innovation.
Yeah.
Substitute passion, write daily, even for 5 minutes,
Yeah.
and repeat the mantra, must keep writing.
Thank you, Amina.
Glory be to God for dappled things, for skies as couple colour as a brinded cow, for rose moles all in stifle upon strout that swim, fresh fire cold chestnut falls, finches' wings, and landscape plotted and pieced, fold, fallow, and plough, and all trades, their gear, and tackle, and trim, and all things, counter, original, spare, strange, whatever is fickle, freckled, who knows how, with stiff, sweet, sour, a dazzle, dim, he fathers forth, whose beauty is past change. Praise him.
In your own time, Liz.
Dear Amina, I'm a poet who has spent her life an invalid, but the mingled yarn is black and white. I mixed blood. At 38, I desired death, found love. I've written a Petrarchan sonnet sequence to my poet husband. The octave of my life was conflict. The sestet was resolution. How do I resolve whether to reveal the sequence to him? Whether to publish?
Enter the private-public debate. You write the sonnets to him. Is there a checkered skeleton in the cupboard? Is his poetic status your bête noire? Ultimately, we only regret what we don't do. Love is as strong as death. Reveal them. It should be a joint decision whether and where you publish.
How do I love thee? Let me count the ways. I love thee to the depth and breadth and height my soul can reach, when feeling out of sight the ends of being, an ideal grace. I love thee to the level of every day's most quiet need, by sun and candlelight. I love thee freely, as men strive for right. I love thee purely, as men turn from praise. I love thee with the passion put to use in my old griefs, and with my childhood's faith. I love thee with the love I seem to lose with my lost saints. I love thee with the breath, smiles, tears of all my life, and, if God choose, I shall but love thee better after death.
Thank you, Liz, and thank you to everyone else too. I think we've made some real progress here today.
Yep.
Your brief for next week. Stepping out of your comfort zone. I want you all to write in the style of someone else in the group here today. That's all for now. See you at the same time next week. A real mixed bag. What were they reading? I told them to bring their best work, whether they reeled off the greatest hits or dug out something more personal. It was up to them. To be honest with you, I don't think I'll ever get them writing again. All I can do now is ask them what it all meant. To be even more honest with you, I think they've forgotten. They're just like you or me now. Their poems aren't windows. They're mirrors. Their words can't take them back. They just show them in a light of a world that isn't their own. It's up to us now to make them feel at home in our world. It's the least we can do. Otherwise, they'll never start feeling better ever again.